Is everyone here familiar with the term never meet your heroes? Everyone. For anyone who's not familiar, the saying goes, you should never meet your heroes because the image you have of them in your head is often inflated and idealized, and meeting them for real will lead you to disappointment. Growing up, I lived primarily with my mother. It was just the two of us for a while. Eventually, she and my father got married, had my sister, and then after a few more years, they split apart. But the whole time I was growing up, I looked to my dad as the primary male role model for a young boy, as my hero, quote unquote. The unfortunate side of that is that being, over 30 years old now, I can look back and recognize that while my dad loved to be the fun parent, it meant that my mom was tasked with being the real parent, which wasn't always fair to her. But as a kid growing up, I was very infatuated with my dad, and he could do no wrong. In 2011, 2 months after I turned 18, my dad suddenly passed away. And going through that time was one of the hardest things that I've gone through. But I think looking back on it, looking back on it now, I almost feel a sense of, and as terrible as it is to say, gratefulness. Because over the last couple of years, seeing things that have happened to my friends, families, and people that I work with, I think about what I really have wanted to know who my childhood hero was in the era that we're in now. And it only really hit me in 2021 when I was scrolling through news feeds one morning and I saw that American talk show host Rush Limbaugh passed away. And reading that name triggered a slew of memories from my childhood, driving in the car with my dad. And on the radio, I would hear that raspy voice all the time. So, truth be told, I'm actually grateful that I didn't have to meet that particular hero.